Hi everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Twin Flame union read for you today, including both the Divine Masculine and Feminine in a combined read, a full read for the union, as well as a little bit of sand art, and I will do oracle cards at the end. Just as I came in today, I had just finished reading my sand art, and I was getting, I wash my hands of your demolition, die if you want to, you innocent puppet. Okay, and that was right before dun dun dun, going into the Jesus Christ Superstar. Okay, and I'm still getting major connection. Okay, so this is a very significant moment. I can't express to you. Okay, I haven't been getting connection like I'm getting this week. Okay, just in a significant connected to Jesus way. So there's definitely that message of the crucifixion and the transformation coming through now, and there could be some other things that are happening within the lives of the masculine and feminine, whether it has to do with karmics, breakups, people, and it definitely came up in the read today about people, you know, threatening to commit suicide, things like that. And they may or may not mean it, but it's definitely a manipulative tactic, and it comes up in the read. So I'm just going to get into that. I'm going to give you the sand art first. It is January 25th, 2019. Again, the read was all about union ceremony. It was 1:44 just now. 1:44. Union ceremony. I was seeing for the masculine, right back, waist, wing, and shoulder, gas, cramps, or pain for the masculine, and then the divine feminine standing very tall at union energy. A platypus came up, as well as a large seal, magnetizing, or a big seal, and the different words may come across differently to you. However you take it is the way it's meant to come to you. Magnetizing into a wormhole to get the attention away from a union. So I saw energies trying to be pulled away from a union, and then or a divine masculine just having done too much collapses, or collapses in the light of some news, or some news about his divine feminine. Fireworks go off, afterwards cleanup and lots of cups, and I've been getting that in a lot of the readings where there's cups everywhere. So whether it was a small wedding where they just had a lot of paper cups and stuff used, or it was again kids having parties and stuff like that, there's cups everywhere. But I'm seeing cleanup and lots of cups. Also then someone falling over a balcony or a wall, but also 2 to 3 pushed over a balcony or wall. Could be someone pushing someone else, but it's getting more like helping each other over the wall or the balcony. But it definitely could be falling over a balcony or being pushed over a balcony, or 2 to 3 escaping home or prison. And then I was seeing someone walking away while another has to be pulled back in. So literally I was seeing a father walking away where the mother's pulling the child back because the child is running to the father after him. Also being held back from a fight. There's 3 people, right? And so one's being held back from a fight, or someone being protected from a trap. Okay, so that was the sand art. I'm going to get right into the read today. And the read ends on the King of Cups. In this energy, it's literally like I'm getting Jesus energy now and before as well, because the read is very the energy is not dark, but it's not bright. It's more muted. And then but the end card ends in the King of Cups, which in this deck is very bright. It's that clear blue, like clear blue eyes, that kind of energy. And it's in the Sirian starseed, it's just that energy of the eyes of the masculine looking straight at you, okay? And that, you know, that the King of Cups is all about unconditional love. Okay, so the union energies for today. It is Friday, January 25th, which is 25 of the Knight of Wands energy. And the Knight of Wands is always about passionately riding in, or passionate movement, running around doing errands, just busy physical things. but definitely movement. So it's interesting that the Knight of Wands is the day, and yet in the read, only the Knight of Pentacles came up, no other knights. So no other movement, just the slow Knight, which is like bringing you down to a halt, to just see clearly, okay, and be patient. Don't do things in a rushed way. So it's kind of emphasizing that. The day adds up to 3811, which is the Queen of Cups, so it's all about the Divine Feminine today. The Queen of Cups is all about your intuition, kindness, being loving, nurturing, affectionate. But again, all about your intuition. And then the Knight of Wands, where you're doing your passion, okay? So it could be busy. It doesn't have to be work-related, because there's no, between the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Wands, there's no pentacles there. But it's definitely that passion energy of getting things done physically. And yet, there are no wands and no swords in the read. Alright, so, Union, 8. Was done at 9:45 to 9:46. Okay, and definitely 44, 45, and 46 were very significant in the read today. 44 is the 4 of Cups, 45 is the 5 of Cups, and then 46 is the 6 of Cups, or the children in the union, okay? Whether it's your children or your inner children. So it really represents the inner children of the twins. The major arcana were Strength, Ascension, Luna, Abundance, and Starseed, which in a traditional deck, because this is the Sirian Starseed, traditional deck is Strength, Ascension is the World, Luna is the Moon, Abundance is the Empress, and Starseed is the Fool. The card after the read was the Wheel of Fortune, or the Great Wheel in this deck. There were 5 cups for the union today and 1 pentacle. 5 cups. That rarely comes up for either, let alone the masculine. The only court card that came up was that King of Cups. And the numbers and the codes that came up, and it was all about, new beginnings and change. Ooh, and I noticed that too. Not today. I think it was yesterday. There's something I do scales every morning. It's part of my spiritual practice, where I'll do a note scale, sing it up and down. And if you notice where your voice breaks is your third eye. So you may notice that. But I also noticed, early on in my union, I felt like I was developing scales in my throat, and that had come out a little bit at that time, but then it just went into like a hibernation. I haven't felt that at all, and now again it's coming up when I was tired and just in a certain place in the scale, in a lower scale. I was definitely getting that. So I don't know if something's definitely changing in the energy, or if I don't know if light language is trying to come through. For me, that's never been something that's attached to my energy. But just so you're aware, if any of you guys are feeling that as well. So anyway, the codes are all about new beginnings and change. And the numbers were 44, 4, 5, and 9 were the basic numbers, and 7. 18, 44, 51, 45, and 9, 10. Also 24 came up again from yesterday, because yesterday's day was 24 when I started the read, and that is the Queen of Wands energy. So it's still a little bit there, but it was not a focus of the read today. The message guided me to look up AB and all its different meanings, but it's all about the 5 of Chalices, which is that disappointment, sadness, loss, regret of the Hermit. So whoever's hermiting, it was just 9/11, which is emergency. So whether the Hermit is the masculine, the feminine, or both at this time, that was coming up. For these rare times, and it was pointing more at the feminine Hermit as opposed to the masculine, but it can be both, that in this rare time of sadness and loss for the Divine Feminine, it's time to be the Hermit and end that cycle of sadness for the new beginnings and change. Also for AB, it's important that I bring up the definitions that I was coming up with. I was also getting that Aquarius is in the focus right now as the 11th month, because that came up in the headers. the 11th month out of 12, because we're in Aquarius now. Also that AB is a symbol of Hebrew Perkai. I'm not sure how it's pronounced exactly, Perkai or Perkai. Out. So these are teachings and what did I write here? They're teachings and maxims from Mishnaic period. And then AB is also Egyptian heart-soul concept in their religion. So, which is perfect, the heart-soul connection. So AB is coming up there. So it's saying like it's so important for the new beginning for you to stay connected, your heart and your mind and your soul, just to your higher connection, to stay out of that sadness and loss and regret. Also 4 plus 5 is 9, kept coming up as significant, the 4 and the 5, that 4 of cups and the 5 of cups, and the 9 of the hermit, okay, and it was bringing up that loneliness is much of the cause of the 4 and 5 of cups, which are, 2 of the saddest cards in the deck. So AB is also, B is beta also was coming up as beta amyloid, peptides of amino acids that are associated with the little AB or Alzheimer's, okay? So Alzheimer's was coming up. Loneliness, and also antibodies. And antibodies associated with Alzheimer's and this beta amyloid. So if anyone deals with that kind of thing, please take that seriously, because there's some information coming through here for Alzheimer's, curing, and loneliness. And also AB is short for Abraham, and it also means father and water, okay, which are all factors of your life. Let's see. Okay, so all about new beginnings and change today. We have 5 cups in this read, 1 pentacle. So getting right into the read, we have, like I said, number 24, the Queen of Wands comes up at the beginning of the read. It starts out with the Strength card, which in the Sirius Starseed deck at 1212 is the Tiger. It's like the eye on the prize, but the Tiger for me comes up as Leo or Sagittarius, not solely Leo like most Strength cards do. So the Tiger with the eye on the money in separation and reunion. The Queen of Pentacles is disappointed, and as you guys know, Queen of Pentacles is just someone very grounded, or it could be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, but it doesn't have to be. For my readings, it's a general reading, so apply it to what applies to you. Pentacles are earth signs, swords are swords are air signs, wands and flames are fire signs, and then of course the water signs are cups or chalices, okay? So it can be the energy or the sign, or just how you resonate or connect a person to an energy. So you take it as it comes to you. So the Queen of Pentacles is disappointed about a message of love, it's positive. Disappointed about a message of love, which is positive, and or missing a child or their children. So there's positive energy, but there's some sadness between the positive energies. As union comes out and bypassing ego. She is comfortable, but also wants love. So this could very much be the energy of Divine Feminine, where she's very comfortable in her surroundings, but she's missing that love connection, okay? So there's a money block to giving and receiving, as Scrooge, with money on the brain, spies on others, enjoying themselves. So someone who's being Scrooge is spying on others who are enjoying themselves while they're busy working, trying to save money or align with getting all their ducks in a row. So the Divine Masculine may definitely be seeing the Divine Feminine transform focus of work from that Scrooge mentality of focusing on your savings and working hard to enjoying giving and receiving and enjoying time with friends and family. It's like they're grounded and graced simultaneously, that came through for sure. So the masculine is seeing the feminine that way, grounded and graced simultaneously and having fun. For him, those around him always want something from him so that they can go have fun. Him in his closed shoes and boots, and them in sandals and bare feet. So just that's shown as a contrast so you can understand the difference. Okay? Because when you're natural, you're free. Okay? When you have closed-in shoes, yes, they may be need for comfort and that kind of thing when you're doing certain work. But the point is that you need to free yourself and just be your natural self. You don't always have to stay boxed into closed off shoes or clothes or doing things the way society says you need to do things. So I'm going to tell you first off the underlying energy signs. This is just the underlying energies here. Scorpio reversed, Libra upright, Aries upright, Leo reversed, Sag reversed, Pisces mostly reversed, but there may be a child that's actually upright. Pisces children upright, Aquarius reversed, and Cancer upright. This is just the underlying energy. And also I want to note in the read that all the children are doing okay except for the earth signs were reversed, and specifically not Virgo, it was just Capricorn and Taurus coming up as reversed earth sign children. So the Emperor is out watching, up nights, rising above, getting ready after feeling attacked or defenseless to express his broken heart or separation issues, while the energy coming at him never stops. It makes it hard to get up or connect in 5D, and he feels disconnected. So separation comes up as the underlying energy here, which definitely can be separation from source. It doesn't have to be separation in a relationship, but definitely can be. Someone could be dealing with separation or divorce on both sides of the union. Below that was getting to know each other. Okay. But we also have separation here. So maybe some may be feeling they're just getting to know each other, even if it's just in the 5D with their counterpart. Then they felt like they were disconnected again and put into separation. Or just you feel like the universe is like kind of making it harder for you to connect, or it could be your literal separation from your relationship or kids. Someone may be working with large animals and had to protect themselves, or someone may be obsessed with BS staged by a Taurus energy in division of BS, or the stuff, the crap, right? While the Divine Masculine continued working to protect the family, while the whole time obsessed with hair, cord cutting, transmuting, his inner little boy, or the little boy that he sees having with his Divine Feminine that binds them in reunion. After beaten, whipped, and screwed in trying to protect himself or others in a situation, and Cupid's gentle judgment and call to action, longing for divine reunion with gift of an egg or a pearl and roses topping dessert and thigh highs, or a child that's been obsessed with trying to get their mom and dad back together, trying to rope them in with guilt and shame, you know, the manipulation game, okay? Someone may have threatened suicide not because of separation, but because no one was paying attention in the first place. So if a child's reacting that way to a separation, it's because they weren't getting the proper attention in the first place. Because if they're getting love for both parents in a separation, children don't usually behave that way, okay? If you are in your loving truth, you cannot be the cause of someone else's regrets or demise, okay? Now listen to that clearly. If you are always telling the truth and being loving, how could you possibly be the cause of somebody else's demise or regrets, okay? Leadership comes up here. And remember too that your authentic truth is always love. It's not necessarily what you think is your authentic truth. Sometimes you think of yourself as yourself with all the wounds on top. You're not seeing your authentic true self. So it's really about clearing all those wounds out so you can see your true self. Leadership comes up as the underlying energy from the numerology deck, as well as healing below that, and healing was stressed even more. So with great healing, then your leadership abilities start coming through. The Emperor's heartbreak, or there could have been a surgery performed. It doesn't have to be on the heart, but there's definitely surgery coming up here, and it definitely can be heart surgery. Emperor's heartbreak or surgery performed doesn't allow him peace at the moment. Tattered and torn, may feel like dying at times, resisting peaceful thoughts or total transformation, and yet he's still Emperor upright, in control, and taking care of things. Or has been feeling the loss of an Emperor in his life recently, with some fond memories, but also heartbreak, separation, and no peace. And now comes to the wheel his destiny, the inner workings of family crests, shields, string instruments, and unicorns, as well as patriotism of red, white, and blue with gold decorations. Someone might have been in the military or some kind of decorated person. Or silk dresses or gowns he's looking at for his lady. Only the best. No ifs, ands, or maybes. Or maybe a watch, but instead of time, its face, her horoscope calendar. Destiny awaits. Eye of the tiger, the thrill of the fight. Eye on bringing together union, if it takes all his might. And leadership. Recently, the lunar eclipse, with lies and love at the same time, in division or split, there's new love or self-love offered to break patterns and habits, even if tripping up now and then, laying down swords and apologizing. Okay? Okay, so never feel too, in your ego, not to apologize. How can that hurt to apologize to someone? So the foundation, and this was at 10:55, of steps to take. So you're laying down swords and apologizing, and the foundation for the read has to do with foundation of the steps to take. Whether it's 3 to 4, 7 or 12 steps, impatient, now secrets out, or that not using intuition when dealing with passion makes them sick or want to throw up, at least drain. Okay, so whether it's the feminine or the masculine, both noticing how off they feel when they're not staying connected or using their intuition. Too many options of work, possibly, and trying to be realistic. But why, when you can dream and reconnect with higher self and get everything you need? Centrally, the union's heart is ascension. The worst is over in the aftermath of the Queen of Swords not talking, or of somebody's verbal abuse. So focused on the inner world, not noticing their messages that surprise you of love. So masculine may be trying to get messages through to the feminine, or vice versa. But there's shocking and or surprising news, message, or small conversation, tweets, or actually some flowers and dessert, possibly to discuss where do we go from here. The challenge for the union is the 5 of chalices. Disappointment, sadness, loss, and regret. Sitting between your past, your future. Sitting between your past and your future, or just needing to ground and to integrate. Possibly a lesson before you're able to move into union with twin. Okay? So the messages to the inspired to work on balanced giving and receiving and loving what you do. Destiny with twin, the wounded warrior's ego, and kids may be a factor also. Okay, so remember that. You may still have to deal with a little bit of the masculine's ego when you come into union, and there also may be kids involved. So just allow. It's not going to be perfect, okay? But it'll be perfect in its imperfection. Remember that the wounded warrior could be the masculine's ex, or a mother, or a sister, or whatever, etc. The divine feminine is putting out messages, while the divine masculine is quietly resting, connecting, meditating to become inspired by just being still, so learning to do that. Now in the head, or crowning the union, is the 4 of Cups, wishing on a star in the middle of the ocean. The cup is right there, but there's so much turbulence between you, it just seems so far. Not expressing feelings released at full moon, and spirits can continuously off and on connecting with me. Not expressing feelings released at full moon, or at last eclipse in complete transformation, recovering but staying connected with higher self and opening heart to your destiny. No longer waiting or reaping rewards, ready to implement a new cycle, but needing the courage to put it out there. The new life curtain call, red tulips and separation, reflection at night. Beware of Sagittarius female, unhappy drinking or making potions behind the emperor's back, while pretending to be an angel that she is not. Putting selves out there with harsh truth of the King of Pentacles superhero, or someone who is chasing girls at work, or competing divine masculine and karmic, or divine feminine and karmic, to make the other jealous, a game someone's playing that hurts everyone involved. Third party sees all, but must keep her hurt feelings to herself, unless he comes forward to show he cares. Soon, family situations are chaotic. The Queen of Swords speaking her truth in her knowing, while the divine masculines pretending not to know, stressing, crying, and purging. Due to stress, ego, and or Leo, wounded warrior, injustice looking back or going back, frustrates and makes you feel creatively blocked and needing attention, feeling like a failure, sneaking out of a partnership, or fessing up to a breakup to your divine feminine or divine masculine. And right here I'm going to tell you all the signs that are in the body of the read. Scorpio was both up and down. Pisces is reversed. Cancer is upright. Leo reversed. Sagittarius reversed. Leo was both up and down. Taurus reversed. Aries reversed. Gemini reversed. Virgo and Capricorn were not significantly in the read, but the energies, the small energies of Virgo and Capricorn that were in the read were positive for Virgo and reversed for Capricorn. And like I said before, only the Knight of Pentacles was in the read, no other knights. But he's the one who's very sure-footed, and he was upright. And like I said also, that all the kids were good except for the Capricorn or Taurus energy. Okay, so there's a lot of fire and air around extended families, okay? So not just mom and dad and kids, but the extended family of grandparents, siblings, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot, it's like all air and fire, which is, you know, what happens when air and fire gets around. You know, air makes the fire bigger. So, this is the chaos that's going on in the family. Leo's reversed, Libra reversed, and Cancer upright. Okay? So there's support here, it looks like, of the North Node, with the Cancer being upright. But Leo and Libra were coming up as reversed, so they could be two in the family who are fighting. The Queen of Swords connected to the Queen of Cups. Her burdens or a confession. Emperor, King of Swords reversed with third party, all unhappy. Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries energies connected to the Emperor behind his back. Okay, so they're all fire signs. So the Emperor needs to watch out. There's a bunch of fire signs conspiring behind his back. And the King of Swords reverse is coming up as the masculine with third party. Okay, but all are unhappy at this moment. The union is abundance. The mother of the North Node in Cancer is positive, or the Empress with open heart, or is it? And Merkaba connection. Destined to be released from mental prison, no affection and holding back energy for a new life while going within and reflecting. Playing with energy and or playing ball, okay, for the masculine and the feminine in union, the way they're seeing it. For the union, new love, finances and career. So finances and career are affecting your love life, but you have new love. You deserve love. Trust, which is all about faith, and the final card on top is true love, that this is a love of a lifetime, which has been coming up constantly lately, which was not the case over the past few years. Okay? This is a romance of a lifetime. Around the union is starseed or fool. Also messy situation, getting over suffering and associated depression. Fighting, conflict, or expansion wave. Over, this is over now, but a little ungrounded or need for practical opportunity or invitation to celebrate your falls or your momentary lapse in faith, to find your emotional happiness. It's all good. Clear blocks of getting your wish. That's a big one for you guys. The dreams are illusions, that it is something just to be taken away from you, wounded warrior. The wounded warrior is victim mentality. It's just not true. Clear victim mentality. Allow the 6 rays, and Spirit's connecting, allow the 6 rays, 6 love, of rays of light to shine through. The cards that you have are new beginnings and change, and even more so, financial discipline. So the finances are affecting your love life. Be disciplined about your finances, be moderate, and know you're good. Okay? Don't obsess about how much money you have. Just be happy. And don't think that, you know, and I relate to this for sure, you know, not pursuing more because of the thoughts of what it feels like to lose something once you have it. Let go of that, because there's an abundance in the world for everyone. All right? Your dreams are real, and you deserve your dreams. The point is to just be happy and be in your authentic truth. Allow the universe to help you to manifest. When you're inspired, go forth, and when you're not, be still and go within. Okay? It's helping you to bring in exactly what you want. Look in the mirror and drop all your burdens. Look at each other in the eye, masculines and feminines, and confess your truth. You don't need to know why. Just release together. The King of Cups destiny always sees you. unconditional love in a bold move with no options. Your twin is your past, present, and future all rolled into one. The Divine Masculine knows he must come forward and offer love, afraid of fighting with the Queen of Cups. He knows he hurt her for many lifetimes through now. He may not say so. It may be just too hard right now. Divorce or spiritual insecurities and or manipulations, feeling guilty, unable to manifest quicker. So for the masculine, that feeling of guilt and shame coming through, but also feeling guilty about not being able to manifest his current situation faster. Letting go and fixing up an upside down world that's almost complete, must drop all burdens first and find complete satisfaction with self while sitting on top of a small hill instead of a heap or a mountain. So in summary, there's strength to ascend with open heart to fresh start and leap of faith. At night making plans and grieving the life he's leaving and family to become a new man and follow the North Node, the King of Cups, family man, new destiny. Okay, and that ended at 11:46, and 46 is the Six of Cups, children in the garden. So it's really 45 to 46, and that the read was 45 to 46. All right, it started at, it was 9:45 to 46, and I ended writing this at 11:45 to 46. So it's very significant that Five of Cups was the challenge in the read for the union, okay? And then the Six of Cups is the union, you know, it's those child energies. I'm going to pull some oracle cards now. Okay, so we had 41, 31, 41. And 31 is that expansion energy. And when I heard I Wash My Hands of Your Demolition from Jesus Christ Superstar, that was at 12:31. Okay, so 31 is coming through again as well, and 32 actually. So 31 is that Five of Wands, expansion energy, conflict, fighting, all that kind of stuff. But it can just be the energies coming in at you. And then the Six of Wands, which is that leadership that's coming through, and you know, following your guidance, being the leader, taking the journey, right? Getting attention. And it traditionally just means good news. Okay, so that's coming in. And I said the 31 came in with 41. 41 is the Ace of Cups. So everyone take a deep breath. We'll do the Ascension deck. So today is January 25th, 2019. So for everyone watching in the best and highest good of others concerned, what do we need to know, Jesus? What do we need to learn? What is the message? Okay, I've got 3, and then Serapis Bay, actually 4. And Serapis Bay is the bottom, and it's 41, which we were just talking about, is the Ace of Cups. The affirmation is, I walk with Serapis Bay. And they work with Metatron. And it's wisdom, cooperation, and dedication. And working with the Seraphim. Okay, so cards that came out for you guys, 24, which came out in the read today, is Lemurian Healing. We have Water, number 15. That's the Devil. That's the daily shadow energy that everyone has. And 45, which came out big time in the read, Lady Nada, which is the ascended energy of Mary Magdalene. It's Jesus's ascended higher self. Sananda's partner. Okay, so that's 45, which is that 5 of Cups, 15 the Devil, and 24 is the Queen of Wands. So it's like the energies that the union is eclipsing. And then separately from that came out 17, which is the Star in Sirius. Well, that's interesting how they came out like that. 6, 6, 9, and 8. Okay, so Lemurian Healing says, Lemurians were fifth dimensional androgynous beings who loved and wanted to heal the earth. They drew the love of God through the cosmic heart into this planet. Lemurians gathered the divine qualities from our energy fields and that of other stars, adding this to pure source light in order to form healing crystals to help us through transition to the new golden age. The Lemurians then placed these healing crystals in the earth to light up the ley lines. And even now, when two or more are gathered with humility to focus these crystals, powerful healing takes place. And the affirmation is, I send Lemurian healing to earth. So play with your crystals. And that's very much about, it's associating itself with the Queen of Wands energies. So very much those who are of the earth, who have very shamanistic qualities, to play with their crystals. People who are working with the earth, with the lands, with the water, with the animals, and the growth, the trees, and flowers, all of that. Okay, so this is water. I just showed you already. Water's 15. 15 is the 6 of love, family, and community. It's that 5 of expansion with the selfishness of the 1 on the outside, which allows you to be a good leader. Water permeates everything, including the cells of your body. It carries pure divine love and special qualities that can assist ascension. Poseidon is in charge of the waters. Neptune is the elemental master and directs the Undines. Ask them to cleanse emotions, emotionally based illnesses, and relationship difficulties. Your guidance is to bless water everywhere to bring it to the 5th dimension. Ask Poseidon to link you to the music of the spheres and access the sounds of your perfect divine blueprint and start to reinstate it. Okay, which connects to what I was telling you about my voice changing. It's very much brings out more of the qualities of a dolphin sound. Okay, it's like that. Okay, so that's coming out. There's definitely something that had come. This was, when I was first going through my dark night a few years back. I was definitely getting those feelings of growing like fins in your throat, and now that feeling of it's coming back out again. The affirmation is, water, I love you, bless you, and thank you. I direct you to spread love around the planet. Lady Nada says that she is the twin of Jesus' higher self, Sananda. She's the master of the 7th ray of ritual and magic. Ceremonies that call in mighty forces are important. So you're reminded to bring people together to raise great light. Okay, so again, confirming that it's important to bring people together when having ceremonies or praying, connecting, in meditation. The priestess in the Temple of Love in Atlantis, Lady Nada, is bringing back ancient healing methods, helping the development of intuition, telepathy, and wisdom, and acting for justice. Your guidance is to trust your spiritual and psychic abilities and use them to help those in need. The affirmation is, I accept and practice my healing, spiritual, and psychic gifts. Okay, so make sure to practice and also get together to do meditations with others, or ceremonies, whatever you like. Or pray, if you want to go to church. Okay, so Sirius says, the star system of Sirius holds 12 of the universal keys to enlightenment and ascension. When you access and comprehend them, you become a master of the universe. This card invites you to visit the training schools of universities of Sirius in your sleep in order to develop your higher mind, access the spiritual laws of alchemy and magic, understand sacred geometry, and tune into angel sonics and higher dimensions. This is an opportunity to learn through the inner planes about spiritual technology and bring it forward for the new golden age. And the affirmation is, I am open to the higher wisdom of Sirius. Okay? So just like when I go into my codes, and I'll get messages sometimes that are medical. Okay, you have the same ability to do that. Bring through codes that may help others. And don't question why you get messages, but put them out there so that other people can receive those messages. Because you never know who's going to hear it, and people will be guided who are supposed to hear it will hear your messages. Okay? So you have to have faith and trust in that. Because believe me, it constantly happens. Alright, so now for the past life deck. Take another deep breath. I mean, you might even, I was just getting now too, if you watch me a lot, you might even, when I am doing this video, before I connect with you guys, you may be actually feeling me coming on. So notice what you're feeling. Okay, so for January 25th, 2019, for everyone watching, and the best and highest good of everyone concerned in union, okay? What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Jesus. Okay, 3, 4 again. the bottom of the deck is communal living. Okay, so it's about coming together. Also might want to do some hiking. Alright, or visit some ancient grounds. Making a mountain out of a molehill. And that definitely came up in the read too, that the masculine will end up at the top of a molehill as opposed to a mountain, which is okay. What makes you happy? Does controlling a mountain make you happy with all the stress? Or does being on top of a molehill or being king of the mountain playing on the playground with kids, which one makes you happier? And it has to do with your personality, what makes you happy. You don't have to be happy because of what makes someone else happy. So the cards that came out here for you guys, the first two were Medicine Man and Woman and Authority Figures. Okay, so there's like conflicting energies here, or a contradiction, or a just a contrast of energies. You know, you have the Medicine Man or Woman, which is coming up here as Indian, very shamanistic, and then you have a gavel in a court. So they're very conflicting energies, because one's about healing and one's about the law. But whose law? But this gavel has sparkles around it. So this is divine truth coming through. That they actually are one when you talk about divine truth. Not the 3D truth, but the divine truth. And the divine hammer is coming down now. Be your medicine man or woman. Be your healer, your shaman. Whatever you do to heal. It doesn't have to be, you know, a doctor. It just has to do with healing others. And authority figures. And there may be authority figures who need your help in healing. But don't forget that in divine truth, that the courts also do their job in healing. There's going to be twins within the court system as well, okay? But there's definitely court cases going on right now for the twin unions, so and these are kind of separate energies here. I have angels that came up again, which is just reminding you to call in your angels for help if you need it. They can't come in and help you unless you ask for it. And then the last one was food and hunger again. Okay, so you might have issues with food because of starvation in past lives. Okay. Okay, and this is going to apply to many of the groups, all right? So, of course, the Jews were not just from the Holocaust, but before that. In Russia and Poland, Jews were starved because of prejudice. They weren't offered jobs, and then their families often starved to death before the Holocaust. So it's not just the Jews, but just as an example, so many are still starving, you know, in third world countries around the world. And those are as well your wounds from the lives that you lived the same way. And that may be why you have trouble being on a diet. So don't start diets at a new moon. Start to release foods that are no longer for your highest good at the full moon. And keep it simple also. Keep it simple has been coming up. Bread and water, very simple. So obviously you don't need to eat bread all the time. But then it depends if you make your bread, if you can make a bread out of some kind of vegetable, or, you know, there's all sorts of alternatives right now. That's fine, but just keep it simple. Make it simple for your body to digest. And don't use rusty cups. Okay? Alright, so, and I'm being reminded of that too. So if your ceramic mug is starting to chip, you know, stop using that, because an kilned cup, you know, that clay is not good for you. And don't forget that everyone has to make a living. All right, I was getting this too, you know, that, you know, the court systems isn't a system, it's a bunch of people who are working to support their families. All right, so they're people too, as well as the Indians on the reservations. and the angels and the galactic friends, okay? And those starving in third world countries, we're all the same. We look very different on the outside, but we're all the same. Communal living is the underlying energy. Alright, so then we have Journey of Love, and it's 4509, which is the times that it came up. The read was done at 9:45 to 46, and it was just 45:9. So 4 and 5 were coming up big time as that 4 and 5 of Cups. The sadness, the feeling lost, you know, think about it, comes after the 3 of Cups, which is celebrating and having fun with your friends. And then afterwards is the stage of being bored, right, after you get over that hangover. And then 5 is still conflicted, because in order to go forward with something you want, you have to let go of something. And then you get to 6 of the 2 children in the garden, that pure love, the 2 kids playing out on the playground. You know, someone giving someone else a flower, so cute. Okay, so clear the line. Alright, so for Journey of Love, for January 25th, 2019, for everyone watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned, we're asking Jesus here, Jesus, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Okay. And the bottom of the deck is, 4 cards are coming out, but I'm not going to read all 4. Distant Shores is 18, the moon energy, the feminine energy. Okay, it's very purples and greens, which is very much about the integrated energies of the masculine and feminine within. Okay. And Distant Shores. Yeah, it's very much of the pops. It's dark, but has the pops of the emerald and then the violet indigos. And it also has the chakras, or the circular motions of the energy, and the snail, right, to take things slow and gracefully. All right, it's like the Knight of Pentacles in the read today. So the cards that came out for you guys, again, this came out yesterday, I believe it was, Contemplation, which is 69, which is the Ace of Pentacles, and 60, which is Riding the Cosmic Wave. Okay, and 60 is that 6 of Swords energy of finding peace, traveling to more peaceful waters. They're both 6s, 60 and 69. And then the other 2 came out are very different energies, but they also kind of match. We have Across the Waters and Let the Feminine Lead the Way, which are 23 and 39. 39's been coming up a lot, just in random things during the day, as well as in the reads. So these are more earthy energies. The 23 is the King of Wands, and the 39 is the Knight of Cups. So it's like the feminine's over here, and then the masculine energy's over there. But they're all feminines depicted, okay? So it can be the masculine energy within the feminine as well. Alright, so we have the 69 of the Ace of Pentacles and the 60 of the 6 of Swords, both of which are very peaceful, because it's the Swords energy of finding a peaceful place in your mind, and the 69 is the Ace of Pentacles of finding a new life of complete contentment, happiness. It doesn't have to be with being the richest or the most famous or having the most. It's about perfect contentment, what makes you happy. Okay, so that's your contemplation. And I'm getting the wave in these 2, like where one is leaning over in contemplation and the other is totally expanded like that. So it's like that, the Kundalini rising energy, but also it's just the pulse of the world, you know, going in and then out, in and out, okay? And when in, it's more cool energies of the teals. And then when you're out, it's more the pinks and the purples, but like the fuchsia or magenta colors, and the purple. So when you go out, make sure you're connected to your higher self, right? So that's your natural protection of love. That's also more fire in it, because there's the pinks and magentas, fuchsias, which is of the lower chakra energies, that passion. Alright, so we're going to read 60 and 69. And I'm sweating, so there's definitely masculine energy coming through. Whew. I'm like literally really sweating right now. I don't know if you can tell, but so 60 is riding the cosmic wave. You can be carried further by the cosmic wave than by your own efforts. When you're going, where you are going cannot be attained by effort. The effort, the discipline, prepares us for the leap. But after the leap, we are no longer sustained by our efforts, but by forces greater than us, the forces of love itself. You're stepping towards the edge, preparing to leap, and let the cosmic wave of love carry you forward. You shall be moved through grace into the new world awaiting you. This oracle brings a message, and I'm like getting hotter by the minute. You must be seeing my face sweating here. This oracle brings a message. There is time to work hard and time to allow the fruits of one's labor to manifest, when one may be carried by forces set in motion by the energy of life itself. You can let go and move further, reach farther with less effort. Now is the time to give yourself permission to stop paddling and instead just ride the wave. Give in, let go, and be moved. The poem reads, your spirit flies like the wind, warms like the sun, and watches like the sky. How wise the earth, waiting for the moment to be touched. Okay, and then 69. Whew. I'm telling you, like I'm sweating my butt off here. All right. So contemplation is 69. Within you, there's a question arising. When you get the question right, the answer will be self-evident. But you have to plunge your consciousness deep within to find the right question, to articulate it clearly and understand what it is that you're really asking. That question within you is actually a divine gift of awakening. It is your future awakened self waiting to be found and calling to you too. Let the question arise through dreams, dance, meditation, sleep, yoga, and time in nature. It was just 5144. That's mastering and the King of Swords. Sleep, yoga, time in nature, swimming in the ocean, bathing in aromatherapy bath, or receiving a hot stone massage. The question holds within it the next unfolding petal of the lotus of your being. And 11 was just, I was just seeing 01, so it's the Magician. 5201. So the King of Pentacles came up with mastering, and the Queen of Pentacles came up with the Magician, so Magician embodiment. This oracle brings you an invitation to enter into the mystery of your life and your being, and to allow the biggest question you can summon to emerge from your heart and be expressed through love. Your question may emerge as clear and shining or soft and yielding, a question with no words, only feeling. Whatever truth emerges, let that be your contemplation. In response to that question, the next step forward will unfold before you, revealed in perfect clarity and perfect timing. This oracle brings you a message from your own divine nature. Come sit with me and breathe. I want to ask you something, and I want you to ask me something. Together there's a conversation we are to have now, and there'll be a beautiful accord between us that overflows into all of your relationships, bringing more understanding and peace. And the poem reads, patterns break through the night in beams of light awakening, memories of walking on sand, moments, waves replace, waiting for another passerby. Reflections, time to look outward in, to find those hidden spaces, residing alone, waiting for a twin soul, waiting for myself. Okay? So allow the patterns to break, and then reflect. It's all good. All right, guys. So I got to show you the read before I forget. I'm sorry, when I do, I put the last read that I forgot to post in the other read that day. So if you need to see it. Okay, so this is today for the union.